Let's talk about some of the shame that's embedded in to the spiritual realm, to the health and wellness community, to any of these discourses that talk about healing, because there constantly is all this discussion on what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to become enlightened, how we're supposed to ascend, how we're supposed to heal, what that looks like. And it ignores the basic fact that what you do to bring you joy is uniquely born to you, that how you find that meaning and purpose is something that you have to discover for yourself, that you have to go inwards and find that. So, whatever brings you joy, whatever lights up your heart, makes you feel whole, makes you feel happy in a seemingly absurd world that doesn't align with so many universal laws of oneness, of wholeness, of a world that constantly pulls us away from these truths. So, whatever makes you happy, whatever lights you the fuck up and really just fulfills you is important because that is where you start aligning with those aspects of yourself. So, if you know, you feel like you need to drink, if you want to get high, if you want to masturbate, if you want to do this or that, to remove these rules and restrictions on how one is supposed to be and just do it because that's what brings you joy. There is no manual. There is no rule book for how you're supposed to be. If you want to be celibate, if you want to be sober, if you want to do the opposite route, then that is perfectly okay. But to either way, remove that shame, to let go of these expectations and to let go of these expectations that we put on others. Because again, it's a very unique experience. And we have no concrete evidence that there is anything after this, that we have no idea whether there is another life, whether we're going to, reincarnate again and again and get another crack at this. If this is all there is, if we return back to consciousness itself and we don't get another life, we lose that aspect of who we are and go back to the ocean of consciousness, then why not live this life to do what makes you happy, to light yourself up, to spark up whatever you need to spark up, to find that joy? Because when you connect to that joy, when you connect to that happiness inside yourself, that is where that existence becomes meaningful, that ability to move through the world with that joy, no matter what it is that brings you that joy, is what connects you back to your essence, to yourself. So again, do what you need to do. All these rules and guidelines that we see posted all over of, we need to be celibate, we need to be sober, you need to meditate every day, you need to be vegan, you need to be this, you need to be this. You're not able to obtain oneness with this, you're not able to obtain oneness if you're not sober. All these things are personal experiences that people are applying onto others, that people begin to assume that everybody in the world needs to live like this. But if that doesn't align with you, find a way to not accept it. Find a way to see how it's a belief, how it's an experience of somebody else, but that doesn't mean that it's universal. That doesn't mean that you can't heal. It doesn't mean that you can't find purpose and meaning while not listening to somebody else's experience, while not listening to somebody else's advice. So, again, if those are the things that help you find meaning in this seemingly absurd world, then please do it because you're going to find more healing, more growth, more fulfillment by connecting to that joy, no matter what it is. That if that is something that makes you feel whole and content into yourself, that makes you turn off the world for a little bit that maybe helps you escape or maybe helps you laugh, maybe helps you just see some other aspect that you can't see when you're so overwhelmed, then that is actually healing you more than meditating for 59 days straight or eating healthy, or doing any of these things that are just commonly discussed over and over and over and over again. That your journey back to yourself, that your acceptance to yourself is all that matters, of finding that love, of finding that compassion, of finding that ability to sit with yourself without that shame, to know that somebody else's guidelines aren't your own. So do what you need to do. Find a way to accept that within yourself and watch the entire world around you shift drastically, all because you've removed the shame and you've stepped in to who you are and what you want to do